What's the plan for today, Matt?
Well, I've got 7 locations set up. This is my 2nd day checking traps, my 3rd day down here in Mississippi, and got some locations set up yesterday, and the new sets and the ones I'd already set up on Saturday. Caught 6 beaver and 4 otter yesterday, and should hopefully do better than that today.
These bloodshot eyes of knowledge, too proud to ever behold the all that is this and nothingness out on the bad river road, out on the bad river road.
This is just the beginning. Should be down here for a month and a half, 2 months.
And your clients are all paying you to trap.
Yep. We come down here and do nuisance control beaver trapping. You can see how flat it is down here on the delta. These beaver, just plugging up a little canal, they can flood an entire one of these fields. And so once the farmers start losing money not being able to harvest, they're anxious to get us in there and work. I mean, instant power with this rig.
Matt says the trap is gone down here, but we don't know what we got.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's like Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't know what could be down
That
there.
anticipation. It's all about the dopamine, Matt. That little shot you get of excitement.
Let's go check a few more traps and just savor this for a few more minutes. But you can tell. Oh, cool. I think I got a bobcat. Oh man, I did get one.
Ooh.
So that's another bonus of trapping these. There's something about that otter musk that bobcats just want, and I've had this happen maybe a half a dozen times. Whenever I do catch an otter, I'll make sure I drag it up that trail, and something about that scent, every once in a while you'll have a cat come check it out, and that's what the case was today. Multi-species line.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a nice one for down here.
Looks like it's good size. Other than that it's wet, that makes it look smaller, but
Yep.
all right.
Doesn't the camera add 10 pounds though?
Only to me.
So that's always fun, these incidental catches that still make you money. I don't know what bobcats are going for this year. I was always gonna get me a bobcat coat made. I just never wanted to spend the money on myself, you know.
Right.
Got all the fur. Yeah, that's a nice Tom.
I'll be darned.
And I mean, this is when you first come up to a place that's this wide open, it's like, ah, geez, what am I gonna do? Well, where they been driving through here, I just picked up a couple of these fallen down trees, just funnel them down. You can tell this one, they're going down here, but they're also cutting that way. So I came up where both trails are converging, so that way I can do the work of 2 traps with one. And just usually got to mess with your trigger wires a little bit. When you catch something, they get bent up. Make sure you get your wire out of the way.
To the one who blessed this morning out on the bad road.
Wiebe Trapline Adventures is brought to you by Wiebe Big Game Skinning and Processing Knives. Available now at WiebeKnives.com. Who's Your Trapper Supply, your complete trapline outfitter. And by FurTakerTV.com, the largest selection of trapping videos online.
Just a few sets, or a few sticks, make this set complete. And just kind of work with whatever the heck's around you. You're just trying to block it down to where that's the biggest opening in the trail, and they'll be convinced that's the easiest, the path of least resistance.
Mm-hmm.
But that was their first mistake. Or their last. And being there was a bobcat come through here, I'll be sure on this one I get something over the top so they won't be as likely to step over try and climb over my trap. But we're in business again. I mean, first otter of the year in this set yesterday, and first bobcat of the year today. I can't wait till tomorrow.
Hey, boss man.
Hey, how
Hey.
you doing?
What Wiebe knife do you happen to have in your pocket?
Well, I got my Wiebe zipper out today. Carry it with me all the time when I come to work.
Cool. What do you use that for?
Well, I've been using it for like cutting some boxes open if I need some stuff like that, and I actually use it today out there in the field. We're out trimming some tree branches out there, but most of all I use it at home. I do a lot of trapping, and I normally, well, it works real good for cutting beavers open. I took it out deer hunting last year, made the gut cut on my deer so you don't have to worry about that, but overall it's a really good knife. I like it a lot.
So
We got
this-
two traps here, Matt.
Yep. What we got here is a textbook example of a crossover. It just looks like a cattle path. So had a beaver and a snapped trap here yesterday. Looks like we got at least one beaver. Yep, we got one on this side, and oh man, got a big one over there. Caught the mama yesterday, so I bet that's the big male. He's got a heck of a tail on him. I'll go get this guy out first. Oh yeah! No, heck, it's another mama.
Really?
Yep. It's weird, up in Iowa, there'll only be, it's usually only one mother per colony. I've had down here where we'll catch 3 nursing mamas at one location, so I don't know what it is about down here, if it's just since all the water's touching, they're not as territorial, some of them. But that's a big one.
It is. Very nice.
Yeah. Dig a footing with that tail. And I always try and set my setters right by my beaver or stab them in the ground so I don't forget them. There's nothing worse than getting a couple miles back in a place and not having your setters on you. I could set these by hand, but if you do that for a day, boy, your hands start hurting. And this is just another 280 on this crossover. Mess with this trigger a little. Kind of like a rodeo guy taking your hands off when you tie up a calf. That's how I let go of these traps. No matter how long you've been doing it, it seems like you always get a trap snapped on you.
Yep. And those things hurt.
Yeah, I had that guy over there dry fire on, you know, the safety catch hooks were still on. It just whacked my thumb yesterday. Made me remember what pain was.
Just like some cheap perfume that worships the sweet of sweetness.
But that's all it takes right there.
To the one who blessed this morning
And here's the results.
out on the bad road.
Wiebe Trapline Adventures is brought to you by North American Trappers Dakota Series Snares and Snare Products. DakotaLineFur.com, the largest selection of quality graded tan furs. And by Naturally Bob Pet Shampoo, pet safe shampoo, available at Shields.com.
Heck, that's an adult. Another big one.
All right.
Yeah, yesterday all I had was a tuft of fur in this one. So I moved the trap up on the flat. And today it was a success. So sometimes you just gotta mess around a little bit, minor adjustments here and there. Trail's a little slippery this morning. I like my triggers to be pointing straight down. So when they're not, I'll use the trap to bend them. I'll do like this or flip it over top to get those to where they're not gonna be poking the animal in the face coming one way or the other. Because I think that's a deterrent, having something poking you in the face. All right, find a little blockage here. Just kind of like a basket weaver sometimes. Get it all in there and another one ready to go again.
Like his dad, Red, Matt is very close to the land. He's an expert trapper and he can do pretty much anything he puts his mind to.
Heavy one. So this is an old house that's been here a couple times that I've trapped in here, and they're living in it, but the runs are out under this huge heaping mess of sticks and logs. You're not gonna have much luck trying to find that. So an easy alternative is just, you know, placing a lure set by the house. If you know they're in there, you're right on location, and that's what I did yesterday. Got a beaver. First one of this spot. And this one I just kind of scooped out with my hands and stomped a little pocket in right here. Sometimes when your poking sticks are still in there, I can get this beaver off my wire, can set your trap off kilter, just spin it into place. So that simplifies the one half anyhow, even though I gotta line them up a little bit. That's good enough. Get this side. You can put your springs down if you need to stabilize your trap any too. That helps out a lot. But you just get about, now with these poking sticks, about a foot on each side, I find to be about the right width. Sometimes I go a little more just because you can. But that's all a guy needs besides this little bit of lure. And that's ready for another beaver.
Wiebe Trapline Adventures is brought to you by the all-new Wiebe Fillet Knife for Fishermen, available now at WiebeKnives.com, by Cumberland's Northwest Trappers Supply, and by Mark Steck Animal Lures, quality baits and lures with proven performance.
Got this crossover that hasn't produced yet, another one right here, and where it's on the other side, the trap is gone. This is a really good location to look for crossovers because, I mean, this place is really obvious. You got a bunch of water on both sides of the road, but at these culverts, the otter and beaver will get up here, and here's a good sign of those balled up grass like I was talking about. The otter will do that. Probably this one. They're here, so let's see what we got.
Yeah.
Oh, Nutria. It's like a big rat off of the Princess Bride. I think these are out of somewhere out of South America.
Yeah, that's what your dad told me, that they were imported.
I think so, because apparently if you shave these guard hairs off, they're supposed to be the same as sheared beaver, so
Huh.
they're just a novelty kind of thing. And
Yeah.
I mean, they dig holes in all these roads and banks, so they're charged for these too. But this is just another 280 set, and 280 with a 220 trigger, nonetheless.
Well, you know, you got those clicks in high school. You got your motor heads, and
Yeah.
you guys are probably trap heads.
Oh,
You know, putting parts on this trap to get it to work, and
aftermarket.
yeah,
It's like loading your snares.
yeah,
I like a Belial with a 220 trigger. You can't beat it, man. When it comes to Nutria, you saw the results.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I was never much for knowing what like the equipment and pieces were growing up. I was always just, give me a 220 and I can catch a coon.
Yep.
But I know more than I think I do, actually. It's just you gotta have confidence in yourself, and like doing this, you gotta put in sets that you know are gonna produce. And I put my gloves on at every stop because I intend to take an animal out of a trap. These armadillo have really bad sight, so you can sneak up on them and get within. I've had where I could almost grab him by the tail.
Let's see if you can sneak up and touch him.
All right. He's not onto us yet. This might take a couple minutes. That split second of hesitation, I had him by the tail.
Out on the bed.
That's just good, clean fun.
Yeah.
How easy do you want it to be? How convenient.
Man, I had that sucker's tail in my hand. I missed it, and then I got it when he was getting out of there. Looks like there's only a beaver or two left in here. Not a whole lot of sign. But this is the landlord's place, so we gotta take good care of him. Keep him happy.
Yeah, so you got a place to stay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think him and Dad are just swapping work for the rent anymore, which isn't bad.
The whole wide world's at your fingertips. But it's still